Good morning, everybody. It's Michael here from the Trading Institutional Order Flow thread on Forex Factory. I hope you're all well. Just thought I'd do a quick video today just to look at short-term income trades, looking at daily charts. First off, I wanted to say a big thank you to all of you who showed up last Saturday for the webinar. Really appreciate your time. Apologies for keeping you all a bit longer than I thought. Uh, I guess I was talking too much, but thank you all for coming and for participating in the webinar. I hope you found the information useful. Um, Thank you again. So let's begin with a chart we all looked at together in that webinar. I haven't changed any lines here. I just brought it up. I just brought it up this morning. Actually, I haven't looked at it since the webinar. So that's crude oil that we talked about, and you can see that it's arrived at the level and it's already begun to move out. Now, I'm not expecting a huge, ginormous move straight away with this one. And let's look at it on like a 1 hour. You can see right there tagged and a big drop out. So if we start forming new levels here on the 60, it might be an opportunity for anyone who's not already on board with the aggressive trade. Please note, aggressive doesn't mean bad, it just means different. So there might be other opportunities to jump in, looking to try and get it lower down here if it gives us the opportunities. So we'll see how that goes. So for those of you who are already in it, it might be worth keeping it a little bit longer, see how it goes, and follow your plans as always. Okay, so let's take a quick look at some other pairs, just going randomly looking at daily charts. So we have the CAD yen that's sitting up into supply right now, and you can see it's stalling. There've already been trades back and forth here on smaller time frames. And looking for demand in terms of quality, there isn't anything quality in demand up until down in here. So it might be worth looking in the shorter time frames here for me anyway. That's talking about me now. um, to see if there are any selling opportunities. Looking at the Australian dollar, so the Australian dollar is sitting just above this level here, with a lot of activity just above it. So, and as you have supply levels sitting above there. Let's take a look at King Dollar. So King Dollar has been pretty much stagnant for a good while now, several days now, and we're looking at levels here. We're still going through this one, even though this was tested the first time. You can see when prices have come back to it, it's held, but it's likely to go up through here. I say likely, it might just turn down here first. Who knows? But that's what we're looking at right now. Those are the levels that are still in control, and we have some more up there and some more up there. Taking a look at the opposite, the euro US dollar, again sitting close to a demand level. This area is not great. We might have some demand down in there on smaller time frames. Same here. I'm looking more there. So there are little pockets here. Let's be clear about that. And we're still sitting in some right now. Obviously, the support is there, the supply is there, and there as well. So those are the levels to keep an eye on. See if these work out. Obviously, we're in a downtrend here on the daily, and in an uptrend on the dollar. Let's take a look at the dragon quickly. Oh, this is from the last webinar, isn't it? Yeah. So I think the levels are pretty much still there. So that's supply above up in there, and we still have that demand. You see the demand we talked about on Saturday. You can see what's happened so far. It's held and it's holding still. We've dipped back into it a bit further in. We're still climbing out. So that one is still in control. We've broken upside momentum, so we have some supply. So we're pretty sideways right now. Let's take a look at the pound US dollar again from the webinar. These are the levels, and I think I posted this chart on the thread as well. We are also sideways. We've gone much deeper into demand. You can see the first test was here. Second test. Notice how each time it goes back to the levels. Generally speaking, it's getting deeper and deeper, gradually taking out the orders at that level. Same with the upside. Each time it's returned up here, it's gotten deeper in and deeper in. So it's a question of which side is going to break first. Okay, let's take a look at the market that keeps on giving. So it's not rocket science to guess what the higher probability trade is in the U.S. markets. It's buying all the time. Selling has been very short-lived. Okay, and looking at the US dollar Canadian before we finish, don't want to keep you guys too long again. So these are the ones in control right now. They've already hit, and we're closer to demand than we are to supply. We have supply above there. We have some demand. It's not quality. This is more. It's a big area though, so watch out for that one. Okay, let's take a quick look at gold before we finish, and then we'll head out. Okay, so these are the levels that are still in play in gold. Again, nothing really exciting here right now. So it's a one to not look at right now. And we'll finish with the US dollar Japanese yen. So again, we are looking at a level that's been tested and is coming back out. We've got some demand in here, some demand in here as well, even some here. So these are all the levels that are in the US dollar Japanese yen. Okay, so thank you again to all of you. This is the Trading Institutional Order Flow thread. Oh, yes. Styles, I wanted to answer your question. That reminds me. It's a good thing I had it up. So these levels are a bit, particularly that is not so great in terms of quality, but you're right in terms of the fact that they're one above each other. We call this level on top of level. You've probably heard that term before. So there are many ways to trade it, so don't feel like you have to be bogged down to one way. You'll have to find the way that suits, you know, your personality, what resonates best with you. You could decide to take that lower zone and ignore the upper zone. You could decide to take the upper one and ignore the lower one. You could decide to take both if your account size can take it. So don't try to feel you have to trade. There's a particular best way. There isn't, as I keep saying, and I'm going to be saying more and more. There isn't a best way in trading. It's an appropriateness because of the nature of the probability in the markets. Okay, so I hope that helps you and takes a burden off. All right. So I'm going to end the video. Thank you again for watching. Thank you for sharing it with your circle, your friends and colleagues, and thank you for the feedback. For those of you who've contacted me, I really appreciate it. So hopefully we'll have time in December for one more webinar before the end of the year, and we'll see how it goes. All right, everybody, take care. Trade well.